Okay, so in this video, I'm going to be doing a critique of modern work culture and nepotism, office politics, this kind of thing. And unfortunately, I'm not sure what can be done about this because it seems like it might unfortunately be a part of human nature. But it does bring in mind a Bible quote, "Forgive them, Father, for they not know what they do." And basically, in the job I have now, and not all the jobs that I've had, but probably the majority, and I imagine it's the same for the people watching this, is the first week or two, you're kind of in there with your head down. You're kind of feeling out the work culture and what you can say and what you can't say. You don't want to go against the grain too much or you're going to get fired. It's kind of almost like a micro grooming in the first couple weeks. And you can't really say anything that goes against the boss ever at a job. It's like a basketball coach. You're there to learn. You can't go against the coach. It's a taboo if you're playing sports. If you're on a work site, you don't go against the foreman. But there are things that obviously are going to be inefficient and wrong, and you're going to want to voice your opinion. But there's no individualism in the workforce, and this goes again to Adam Smith and his division of labor, making dull and stupid people. People are drinking their problems away, they're smoking their problems away, and there's no time for self growth or education, anything like this. Now, basically, what happens is people at the workplace, they get their individualism through gossip, basically. That's their way out, is through the office politics. Is they follow the culture, they are in stream, they're not going against the grain, but there's going to be one or two people that people don't like, and they're going to be easy targets. There's also going to be people who have predetermined opinions that have been baked into them through childhood, their upbringing, whatever social class they're in, or whatever experiences they have had, and they'll be kind of watching people, and when they see someone, they think an opinion on that person, and then they'll wait until they do something, and it's basically a confirmation bias. They now say, aha, I knew it all along, and then cliques are formed. It's one clique against another clique. It's like the cool and uncool table at high school, that kind of thing. And the people that are at the cool table, even if they work less, and typically the people who are well liked at an office are the ones that work less, those are the ones that get promoted. And it's the people who are they could work hard, but for whatever reason in that current employment, they're not looked upon in a great light. Could be something they said, it could be just the way that they carry themselves is against that work's culture, and it's almost like a workplace tribalism that leads to bosses promoting and giving like an inner circle to the people that they like there. Obviously, I don't need to point out that this can be a disadvantage for somebody who culturally is different, or if they have autism, perhaps. So it is a disadvantage, and I'm once again at the start of this video, I'm not sure how you would correct this because it is human nature. I guess the most obvious way would be to quit that job and find another job that's more suited to you, to find your chosen family, so to speak. I don't remember where I heard that, and kind of get in where you fit in. And when you're trying to put food on the table, this is very risky. When there's cultures and subcultures and people code switching and sucking up and trying to do Machiavellian type things to gain favor of employers, bosses, coworkers, which seems to be across the board. There's at least one person in every job site that's doing things like this. And that's very gracious, because if it's a big job site, it's a lot of people doing this. If it's like a corporate job, or I would imagine like the stuff that goes on in politics, the Machiavellianism in some kind of jobs like that would be just off the charts that I wouldn't even be able to comprehend as somebody who does labor. I see it on this channel, actually. I haven't had many open haters so far, but I have noticed that there are people who subscribe to this channel and they have kind of an opinion of me as somebody who is a leftist, and maybe they're not, and they're kind of watching my videos quietly, and they'll pop up and they'll try to snipe me on a video, and they'll kind of try to do a gotcha moment. And I leave those comments up and I debate with those people, and I think in that terms it's healthy to have some of that on the channel, because it's almost like an iron sharpens iron thing, like from those Sigma male type memes, because it does keep your mind sharp. And I do like that part of kind of like this virtual online kind of work politics, almost like that's kind of the pseudo politics that some debates on social media are, the ones that don't devolve into trolling. But back to the workplace, I'm not sure how you'd overcome that. I guess you'd have to leave your job and risk unemployment, or to maybe go into entrepreneurship and try to do your own thing, because I don't think you're going to get any respect from people who don't respect you if they have a predetermined image, not of you, but almost viewing you as a straw man or an archetype, and they're kind of putting you into a category with a class of people that you might not have anything to do with whatsoever, but that's just how they view you. And this can also work on the plus side. I'm talking about it from the negative side, but you can be promoted because your boss thinks that you're in their group. And that's why people do this code switching and this Machiavellianism, if you catch on, and they kind of say the right thing at the right time. And there's some people that just climb the ladder to success like an escalator. And it does depend on how social a person can be with the right people, more than the actual sweat on their forehead that they're putting in for the company. Although, like I said, there are employers out there that do see that, they do recognize that. I have had a couple of those, but they're getting harder and harder to find. I'm not sure if it's to do with just the heightened divisiveness of politics, if it has to do with the crashing of the economy, the shipping jobs overseas. I don't know what it is. COVID, I don't know. I know Generation Z has a stereotype of being lazy. I'm not sure if they are. I haven't seen the employment stats on them, but they do seem to be out of the labor force more than millennials and previous generations were. I had my first job when I was 13. It seems like Gen Z are staying out a little bit more, which should give a boost to workers, because if there's less people to fill the labor force, they should be giving the ones that are there working hard a raise, which they don't anyways. But I'm devolving into a different topic whatsoever, so I will end the video here, and I hope everyone is having a good day. I will be posting more content soon, and once again, God bless and peace out.